and welcome to episode 2 of Charmaine Walks the Camino. And if you are just tuning in, let me catch you up. This is the tea. In a few weeks, I'll be walking the Camino de Santiago in Spain. I will be doing the route from Sarria to Santiago, which is 116 kilometers in 8 days. Walking is like a very famous pilgrimage journey, and I'm so excited to do it. But I'm taking you along all the things that I'm doing to prep and prepare and to get myself the best situated that I possibly can for this journey. As of right now, while I'm filming this, I'm 3 weeks out of walking this journey, and I want to prepare myself best both physically but also mentally for this challenge by doing long distances a few days after one another. For the next 3 days, I'm going to commit to walking between 10 to 14 kilometers per day, and I'm not as worried about how long that takes me. I just want to reach 14 kilometer at least on one of those days. The reason I want to do that specifically is because the day with our fewest kilometers to walk during the Camino will be a 14 kilometer walk, and I want to specifically be doing this for the next consecutive 3 days, so I can kind of get into that mentality of needing to walk every single day, because we'll be doing that for 8 days. Okay, we are gathered here today because I am setting up a new fitness watch. I have been using this Next ring, which is kind of like an Aura ring dupe / ultra human ring for the last year, and I really have been loving it. But what I've noticed with it, especially in preparing for this journey, is that this is much more like a wellness tracker than it is a fitness tracker. And even though I love it, I don't think it is best equipped to help me with preparing for the Camino, since timing and how long you walk is much more a factor in preparation than steps or distance walked. I hope you get what I'm saying here, because we have to kind of get into this mentality of walking 5 to 8 hours per day, because we'll be stopping here and there, having something to eat, catching a break, enjoying the view and stuff like that. We more have to think about endurance rather than distance, which is why I think a fitness watch tracker will be best suited for this, because now I can track on it that I'll be walking for an hour, or I can see the time that I've walked as well as the distance walked. Whereas I really love this one for all other kinds of wellness, like my body temperature, my heart rate, stress levels throughout the day. But what I use it mostly for is actually tracking my sleep. It's doing a fantastic job at telling me how long I've been asleep, the type of sleep I've been getting, and I love it for that. But currently I'm setting up this watch. It is a Galaxy Watch 4. I'm not sure how recent it is or whatever. One of our family members upgraded within the past 2 years and gotten a new phone, a new Android, and it came automatically with the phone. So it's kind of just been in our household for a hot minute. Nobody actually wanted to set it up and use it until now. I do want to use it. I normally don't love the look of fitness watches, but for now it's gonna have to do. This is what it looks like. I wanted to say she, but this one is relatively bulky, so I'm more so leaning towards it being a he. It's pretty bulky. I'm gonna try and see if I can find different straps for it, so it's not as harsh looking. But for now, it's going to have to do, and I want to take it with me for the next 3 days so I can kind of track the stats for it. So I'm actually going to do a quick setup of this watch. Okay, we've been to this hiking trail a few times, but it's our first time doing this trail. It's kind of a new trail for me. It's actually a mountain biking trail, but because it's during the week and it's a little bit quiet here, we are going to walk the mountain biking trail. We did get permission to do this, and it is a 10 kilometer trail. So this is us before our 10 kilometer trail. We are halfway into the goal for today. We are currently 7 kilometers in on what we think is a 10-kilometer trial, but we just stopped for a little halfway break. I'm trying the Bear Bells peanut caramel for the first time, and I don't necessarily like fuck with peanut butter like that. I'm not a huge fan of peanut butter, but this is actually really, really good. Like, it's a very subtle peanut butter that breaks just the caramel with like a little bit of like saltiness, you know? It's actually, surprisingly, it's really, really good. A 10-kilometer trail is never just a 10-kilometer trail. It's around 11, just over 11 kilometers right now, but we are starving. So we are going to see if we can like grab a bite to eat, and then we'll decide which trail we would like to do next. This is the trail we walked. It was actually really, really nice. And then I'm thinking of possibly doing this one sometime, maybe tomorrow. It's a 15-kilometer, and apparently it's like really, really pretty. We are standing on about 12 kilometers. We just had a little chicken mayo sandwich, and now we are ready to do the final 2 kilometers. And done. 14 kilometers reached, and we'll do it again tomorrow. I am about to start a day 2 of walking 14 kilometers for 3 consecutive days. I am supposed to be doing this with a backpack each day, but this part of me hurts so bad because I like did upper body at the gym this week, so I was already a little bit stiff, and then yesterday for the hike I was so over prepared in terms of water. I think I had like 5 liters of water with me, which was really heavy because I didn't carry it in that the water cooler thing, the water sachet kind of thing, you know, with the string that comes out here. I had it in water bottles like this, which obviously adds some weight as well. So I'm so sore today, so I'm not going to do a backpack today. I'll possibly try the backpack again tomorrow, but it's definitely out for today. I was so sore last night, and I would rather like still get the distance in, even if it's not with the back. So that's what I'm doing now. It is also currently 12:30. It's a little cool in Pretoria this week, which is nice because now I can walk like this kind of time without it being too cold. But I fear if I take too long, it's going to get like really, really cool. So I'm going to attempt to walk this within 3 hours. Yesterday I walked 4 hours, but that's because I was walking with my husband, and he is a little bit of a slower walker. He hates it when I walk too fast. So today I can actually really like up the pace and walk at my speed because I'm alone. I would really wanted to go to the Bosveld again today and do like that 15-kilometer trail, because apparently it is really beautiful, and I really wanted to do that because it's just like a nice scenery as well as we are walking. But shame, I cannot like ask my husband again to walk 14 kilometers with me today. He's just not feeling up for that, which I totally get. So since I'm alone, I'm a little bit scared to do like a hiking trail by myself, because we saw like a 10-kilometer yesterday, we passed one other person on the trail. So I'm more concerned that if I pass someone on the trail with bad intentions, that's going to be bad for me if I'm alone. But secondly, if I were to get lost or get hurt or anything while on the trail, it would be really bad for me because there was no place like to stop or anything. It was just like straight on walking. Yeah, so that's the teaser. So right now I'm at an estate. I don't live in this estate, but it is a fairly big estate. The estate that I live in order to get to 14 kilometers, I'm going to have to walk the same road at least like 8 times, and I'm not keen to do that. Whereas here I can walk like pretty far without needing to repeat a trail. So I just asked the family member that stays here to please just send me like the security code details to get into the estate. So I'm not visiting them, I'm not seeing them, they are not even here, but I'm just like in the estate to walk someplace where it's safe for me to walk at. I'm just shy of being 10 kilometers in, and I'm taking a little sip and snack break. But I just wanted to say that this is my first time that I'm wearing the burnt activewear like shorts that all of you like raved about and recommended. And I must admit, I am really impressed with them. I did want to tell you that this is my first time wearing the shorts from Burnt Active that I just got, and I specifically needed shorts that don't dry up. I have to admit, I'm very impressed. Like, since I started this walk, I have not once yet touched on my shorts. They have stayed in place the entire time, and yeah, I'm super happy with them. Thank you for the plug, my girls. Let me give you a snack haul. First up, I'm doing these Kiko Vitals electrolytes because I'm going to be taking them every day that I do this, because I just want to like kind of make sure I have enough like hydration and minerals and everything in my body. And this is in lychee flavor, so it is really incredible. It tastes amazing, and it's not as like, it doesn't make the water as like thick like most electrolytes do, like the saltiness. I hate that like kind of thick feeling. It happens a little bit, but not as much. Perfect. Then today's protein bar of choice is going to be the caramel and cashew bar from Baybells. I'm starting to think that they can do no wrong. This is freaking fantastic. It's very like no gutty vibes. Oh my gosh, it's nice. I'm feeling a little bit lazy now, but I just have to get back into it, man. Hi from me and my little sweet treat after I've just finished my third day of walking 14 kilometers each day. I did a park run this morning. So let's debrief. I am so happy that I did this week because I feel as though I learned so much, and what I wouldn't have known had I not done this. So first of all, I'm super proud of myself for actually committing and doing this. And secondly, it was so insightful. I made a couple of notes, and I'm going to walk you through things that I've picked up and learned this week. Number one, the blister preventing, or like the trail socks that has like the extra cushioning in it, makes a huge difference for like how tired my feet are. I was really underestimating my socks. Like, I have one pair of blister preventing socks, and I wore it on day 2, okay, and so day 1 and day 3 didn't, like, just wore regular socks. And today especially, I really feel it in my feet. Like, the extra cushioning from those kind of socks makes a huge difference. So I'm going to get more pairs of that and walk with them strictly, because as of right now my feet are so tired. I was actually struggling to drive home because of like the clutch control and everything. Like, the balls of my feet are extremely tired. I'm just not going to be doing any other socks at all. I'm just gonna go straight and get a few extra pairs. Next thing is that it seems as though my pace is about 5 kilometers per hour. This is when I stop a little bit to take some content, to take some pictures. So I think like a 5 kilometer per hour is like a very doable pace for me, that doesn't kill me and still allows me some like freedom in terms of like doing stuff on my phone and whatever. So in terms of that, I have to prepare myself to be walking between 6 to 8 hours per day, dependent on like if we stop or not or whatever. But this is like pretty much straight up walking 6 to 8 hours per day. which is a pretty big commitment, to be honest. But I'm feeling as though, since we are going to be in a different country and stuff, we are at least going to be like visually stimulated by new information constantly. Whereas if I'm walking here, like 4 hours starts to feel really, really long. But that's just because I'm walking in my neighborhood, I'm seeing stuff that I see on a daily basis. So I'm hoping that like the visual stimulation of being in a different country is going to do like most of the work for me in that sense. I only walked with my backpack on day 1, and day 3 I simply could not do it yesterday because my traps are so sore and tired. Even though I'm carrying most of the weight from the pack on my hips, I still am sore here. But I did work out this week, so I think like the accumulation of like doing upper body and then carrying a pack like that was intense. But what I also learned is on day 1 I was carrying a few water bottles, okay, because I really like my water to be like really cool, okay. So I was like traveling with these like insulated water bottles, and I was carrying 4 bottles, okay, on day 1, and that killed me. That was so heavy. Today I did no bottles, and I only did like a hydration pack, okay. And this is my findings. It actually stays pretty cool in here. I don't know how, but it is pretty cool. Like the temperature didn't change much. I kept it overnight in the fridge, so it's pretty much still cool. The only thing that's bad of it is that the water in this piece right here is obviously directly in the sun. So like your first few sips of water is so bad because it's hot, and it's like plasticky hot, so it tastes plasticky. But once you get like past this point, once you've sipped this part, then the water is actually nice and cool. It also was a lot lighter on my back, even though the liter amount was the same. It's not as heavy on my back. So far, those are the things that I can think of that really made a difference for me. What I have to do with the backpack though is pack as little as possible, because it adds up really quickly and then adds like too much weight on my shoulders and everything. But I don't know, it seems pretty doable. Like yesterday I was so freaking tired. My body felt so sore and everything, whereas this morning I woke up again and I felt completely fine, which is really fantastic news for me, because I think I'm going to be fine. Like, I've only done like half of what most of our daily trips would look like, but I can do this. I can totally do this. I'm going to be fine.